good evening and many thanks for joining us live on QTV. You are watching QTV News and I am Ajibintu Drame. In tonight's top stories. Party leaders of the NPP-led coalition have expressed optimism of a victory on December 4th due to the huge turnout and comments from voters on the campaign trail. As part of the program for accelerated community development, President Barrow has donated tractors to various communities across the country, with the North Bank region being the first to benefit. Five suspects are in police custody for money counterfeiting after being arrested with fake currencies. The Al-Karama Society, a youth empowerment organization, on Thursday organized a peace and unity forum to discuss maintaining peace and harmony before, during, and after elections. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. Now, party leaders of the NPP-led coalition have expressed optimism of a victory on December 4th. In an interview with QTV's Aliou Cissé, leaders of the GPDP, PPP and ANRD said the huge turnout and comments from voters on the campaign trail indicates victory is assured.
President Adama Barrow, the candidate of the NPP-led coalition, is backed by more than 10 political parties and several independent candidates for the upcoming presidential election. Speaking Wolof, Henry Gomez, leader of the GPDP party, told QTV that he is convinced that the NPP-led coalition will sweep the polls by 85% as he extends an open arm to all Gambians to embrace and join them. He said Gambians are too politically aware to be deceived. He said the election is between voting for progress or retrogression.
Aliou, lima gis ba legi moy Gambian si ken munatu len na Gambian si fim nek gis nañ deug xam nañ deug té bo xolé ki la jox jamm jox na la yépp té Adama Barrow daf ñu jox jamm ñun ñëpp Adama Barrow nit ku yaru la nit ku am diiné la té ku am yirmandé la ba tay ni mo démé Gambian bi Aliou li Adama Barrow mun ma yow duñ ko mun moy team la di la saga di wax yu bari Aliou lolu rek dafa decide election gi ba pare because Gambia ni 22 years li lañ doon ut fim nek am nañ ko te bo gisee nit ñi gëna ñoñu ñëpp Barrow mënu leena jox xaaliss mënu leena jënda.
Keba Jallow of the PPP is equally proud and hopeful of victory with testimonies from the local people and the huge crowd attending the political rallies. He renewed PPP's commitment to the coalition for reconciliation and national development.
We are so impressed that Barrow has done his job in the sense that he is assigned to oversee a transitional government, basically to stabilize the country, which so far so good. We are in peace, enjoying our peace and freedom. But then apart from the peace and freedom, there has been so much unprecedented development in the country. Wherever you go, any village you go to, there is something that President Barrow has done. Whether it's a milling machine or a borehole or school or bridges or roads, he has done something.
Lamin Bojang, leader of the ANRD, who has also endorsed President Barrow, supports the president's interest to unify the country, to develop and move forward. Bojang says victory is certain.
It is amazing to see that the president has the same agenda like ANRD, and the way he outlined the health sector, the medical insurance issue, and also the fisheries, how he wants to invest in that, and the youth empowerment, the women empowerment. These are areas that stole our heart, because these are the areas that we have been asking government, this particular government, to concentrate on. So for him to stand at a platform and inform Gambians that this is what I'm going to do, we have no hesitation at all but to give the 100% support.
On Friday, President Barrow held well-attended political rallies at Paleli in Nyanija district, Wasu in Nyani, and Prendaba Wolof in Same district, all in the Central River region. Addressing the rallies, President Barrow was elated by the rousing welcome accorded him. He thanked the people for the trust to elect him to lead the country in the last 4 years, which has seen unprecedented development. He further assured them of his determination to stand for the interests of the people, irrespective of political affiliation.
Youth enterprise fall the Leonati.
He used the rallies to share with the people his government's intent to allocate salaries for alcalos for the first time in the country with effect from end of January 2022. He said his government will also roll out a national health insurance scheme in 2022 to meet the medical needs of the people. Just as at the previous meetings, the people expressed satisfaction with the Barrow administration while hoping for more development in the coming years. In turn, they also promised to vote for the president. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
As part of the program for accelerated community development, President Barrow donated tractors to various communities across the country, with the North Bank region being the first to benefit. Abibatu Cisse narrates this story by Don Williams.
As they gather at the governor's office at Kerewan, North Bank region, community heads receive a set of 4 tractors with spare parts. According to the governor of North Bank region, Lamin Sedikan, they are for the people of Kerwali of Lower Nyomi, Chilla Joronko of Upper Nyomi, Dasilami in Jokadu, and Toro Taim in Lower Badibu. Ismaila Danso, Director of Delivery Unit with the Department of Strategic Policy and Deliveries at the Office of the President, presented the keys for the 4 tractors to the governor of the North Bank region.
Program for accelerated community development.
These tractors are procured under the Program for Accelerated Community Development to assist rural farming communities to enhance better livelihoods. 4 tractors will be given to the North Bank region.
Among those present was the political advisor to the president, Siaka Jata.
The president has this vision to help people with these tractors to improve their living conditions. If we support the president's development agenda, we will benefit from many projects.
One of the beneficiaries was Dasilami district, represented by the chief Alpha Mariam Khan.
This will enhance food security. Considering also Dasilami is a very strategic community. They are engaged in producing rice. But with the provision of this tractor, it would enhance them, timely plowing, and also, yield, increase production. The message I have for people of North Bank, especially to the community that is benefiting, these are meant to help them and to support them. But what is important is, let the purpose not be defeated.
Represented Toro Taim, community of Lower Badibu, was Chief Fabala Fadia Kinte, another beneficiary, to express gratitude.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I am praying to Allah to bless him and grant our nation peace.
After the ceremony, the North Bank Region Governor Lamin Sedikan had this to say.
This is the project by the government, led by His Excellency Adama Barrow. Agriculture is one of the key components of his government. We happen to be the first region to receive these magnificent tractors who are going to help the community and the villages as well. So it's an exciting moment for our region. The president has done it again, and he's been doing it. A few months ago, he delivered ambulances. Before that, he delivered tractors. Now another tractors are here, and we can expect more to come.
At the ceremony, all the beneficiaries were happy for the magnanimous gesture and appeal for all to vote for President Adama Barrow on election day. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Cisse.
Moving on, 5 suspects are in police custody for money counterfeiting after being arrested with fake currencies. The PRO of the Gambia Police Force briefed the media at Kotu Police Station, where the investigation was conducted. Babakar Cisse reports.
The 5 suspects are 4 Senegalese and a Gambian. They were arrested with close to 400,000 fake dollars and a huge amount of fake CFA francs. The PRO of the Gambia Police Force, ASP Lamin Jai, explains.
The individual suspect is one Saliu Nyang, who is a Senegalese national, and he is age 35. In fact, we know he's from Bour in Senegal, and he is the one who came up with these printing machines that you have seen here, and he has been producing Gambian currency. So far, so good. The amount that has been caught with him amounts to $350,050, and also another $65,400 also caught with him. That's the one that is printed but not caught yet. He's not cut those ones into actual notes yet, but they are already printed. And also an amount of $1 million CFA, which is also counterfeit currency, was also found with him. But not only him, we also have found out that there are collaborators that he's been working with, 3 of them who are, one of whom is a Gambian as well.
Inspector Buba Sanyang, officer in charge of the CID at Kotu Police Station, tells us about the suspect's modus operandi.
This is a normal printer that they use to print these monies. And they will use a normal A4 size paper, which is a special one bought from Senegal. And then he will use it to print it out, and then they will use a scissors to cut it to this size. And then this is a paper cutter, which they will use to size it to this level. And then after sizing it, they will just packet it like this. This is $200,000. In having these colors together, they will use this mixture of colors, because normally the printer will take one color, but they will use their own ways. I don't know how they do it, but they will use this to get to these colors. This one is a black paper, which is normally used also to produce fake dollars.
The PRO sends this message to the public.
People to be vigilant when it comes to transactions, financial transactions, because if you look at some of these fake currencies, the paper that they use to produce it are usually very smooth, unlike the authentic money that we have. We want to send message to the general public, especially landlords, to be vigilant. When they have strangers, they need to also be monitoring what activities those strangers are doing in their compounds or in their rented properties. And finally, the message we want to send also to the public is for people to share information with the police.
As to whether the fake currencies have infiltrated the market, the PRO assures the public that the suspects were on the verge of selling the money to third parties, but their operation was nipped in the bud. The 5 suspects will be charged and brought before the courts, the PRO concludes. Babakar Sise, QTV News.
From that story, we will go for a short commercial break. Still to come, we have more stories. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. The Al Karama Society, a youth empowerment organization, on Thursday organized a Peace and Unity Forum to discuss maintaining and spreading peace and harmony before, during and after elections. Omar Pejalo has the rest of that story.
Elections are important moments when citizens can hold their political representative accountable and when power can be transferred or redistributed. Inclusive, transparent elections, free from violence and fear are important components to meet these expectations. However, elections also have the potential to divide societies and incite violent conflicts along ethnic, regional or political lines. In his keynote address, Amir Alhaji Yaya Silla said if we want to succeed as a country, we should listen to one another. If we don't, we will never understand one another. Amir Silla added that peace is an essential ingredient in maintaining economic development, social order and political stability.
Our democracy has been challenged by anarchies. Our social norms has been challenged by social media. Our political diversity has challenged our unity. Above all, our one Gambia one people philosophy has been challenged by tribal sentiment.
Fatou Diouf, a member of the Al-Karama Society, spoke about the importance of peace in our society, while Abibatu Jabi, the deputy treasurer of the society, talked about the power of unity.
Peace is the path we take for bringing growth and prosperity to society. If we do not have peace and harmony, achieving political strength, economic stability, and cultural growth will be impossible.
The ultimate power present in this world is power of unity among each other. Individual powers can be defeated, but power of unity can't be.
Mama Silla, the daughter of Amiriaya Silla, and Umi Silla, the treasurer of Al-Karama Society, both said a peaceful environment can facilitate the growth of investment and generate more employment opportunities for the youths. They call on youths to respect the outcome of the election, put aside their political differences, and support the elected president.
Story is an account of past events in someone's life or in the development of something. But on the other hand, it also connects people emotionally and creates brand loyalty. Peace is the essence of the entire mankind. However, in our modern time, peace is being challenged every day. Just because a person has an opinion different from yours doesn't make them a bad person. It is healthy to have different opinions.
The event was attended by students from various schools and Islamic scholars, including Imam Abdullah Fati, Al-Haji Batura Jabi Gassama, Ustaz Se Al-Haji Baba Sise, and Al-Haji Khalifa Jabi, who spoke on the Islamic perspective of a peaceful election. Amir Al-Haji Yaya Silla is a Gambian who authored 7 books in 7 years. The books he wrote are Marriage and Society, How to Build the Gambia, The Power of Positive Imagination, Why Do Good People Suffer, How to Become a Millionaire, Danjo, a Miracle Child, and Africa and Irregular Migration. The Al-Karama Society is a youth empowerment organization established to also offer capacity building programs for youth in public speaking and entrepreneurship training. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
Umujane, a 10-year-old girl diagnosed with severe pneumonia and cerebral palsy, has received financial and mobility support following a QTV News broadcast about her condition. More in this report.
Aliu Saja Jallo Foundation presented Umu's mother, Khadijatu Kaloga, with $40,000 and a wheelchair. Khadijatu made a plea in February this year, asking for support to take care of her daughter, who has difficulty breathing and doesn't talk or walk. Salifu Jallo, the chairman of Aliu Saja Jallo Foundation, explains.
It was a news item from QTV that our people in the US pick up this story, and then they said, this is a story that we are interested in, and then we will try to raise funds to support the child. Because as a foundation, this is what is expected of you, to see what needs to be done, and you try your best to participate. We cannot do it all, but we just trying to participate in supporting the child. We are also calling on other people, philanthropists, foundations, anybody that can support to support this child.
Khadijatu Kaloga, Umu's mother, expressed joy for receiving the donation. She says she tried all means to seek for medical assistance abroad for her daughter, but to no avail. 38,000 euros is what is needed for her daughter's surgery abroad.
It's not easy. I have 3 kids. I'm a single parent. I'm the one who know how I be. So certain time you have big family and other stuff, but not everybody will see when you have something like sick more than 10 years. You understand? They will think this one like this. You cannot do anything. Some people, they will call me. I don't even know them. They will just ask me, "Are you the mother of Umu?" I say, yes. How Umu is doing? So Umu is fine. I know. They are with me, not me. The fight, I'm the one who give birth to this one, but the fight not only me. People are fighting over there. So I'm so happy, and I don't know, it's joy. Seeing everybody here today is big joy for me. It's a big, great and big joy for me. I don't know.
Aliu Saja Jallo Foundation was formed in memory of the late Aliu Saja Jallo, a benevolent man and native of Kirmama village in the North Bank, who died in Spain at the age of 36. By Dudu Jallo, a brother to Aliu Saja Jallo, had this to say.
Thank you, TV and the journalist. But you have to say that we're just asking for people to be looking out for these kind of situations in our society. I'm sure there are so many stories like Umi's story in our societies. And we need to do a lot more. People have to focus on how to support each other. This is what binds society. And I think there are a lot of foundations, but if we are intervening in this kind of situation, we will be helping each other a lot.
Umu has been in this condition since birth. She needs medical attention and surgery to live a normal life. To help Umu, you can contact QTV at news@qtv.gm or call 32444444. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News. The United Nations Population Fund, in partnership with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare and the Network Against Gender-Based Violence, on Thursday, inaugurated the Women Empowerment and Peace Building Center at the Bundung Maternal Hospital. More in this report. The center is a one-stop center that will provide emergency care services to survivors of gender-based violence and other related social issues. The services include mental health and psychosocial supports, law enforcement and health services. Violations against women have been documented for decades, and Gambia is no exception. According to a United Nations Population Fund report, the Gambia has a high GBV prevalence rate. The report claims 1 in 4 women aged 15 to 49 will become a victim of sexual and gender-based violence. Keba Amane, the CEO of Bundung Maternal and Child Health Hospital, says the Women Wellness Center will be significant in helping victims and survivors of GBV.
It is envisaged that this one-stop center, otherwise called the Women Wellness Center, making it more accommodative, as it would allay the stigma associated with survivors of sexual and gender-based violence.
Sustainable Development Goal 5.2 calls for the elimination of violence against women and girls by 2030. However, little efforts have been made to reach the target, particularly in West Africa, according to UNFPA. Falu Sow, National Coordinator for the Network Against Gender-Based Violence, says survivors find it difficult to visit service provider points due to a lack of confidentiality. He gives an assurance that this center will be a safe haven for victims and survivors of GBV.
It will make GBV services such as medical and psychosocial care and shelter accessible to these people whenever they need it. It will also prevent re-traumatization of victims or survivors as a result of multiple interviews from different service providers. It will help to ensure availability of data on gender-based violence for evidence-based advocacy and planning.
Mohamedou Lamine Jaite, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Health, thanked UNFPA for their efforts in the nation's development. He says the center is important for women to protect their dignity and give them the respect they deserve. Kunle Adeyemi, UNFPA representative in the Gambia, says more effort is needed to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal 5.2, relating to the elimination of violence against women and girls by 2030.
We're doing better in family planning, we could do more. We're doing better in maternal health, we could do more. But in gender-based violence is an area that we really have to work, because every other social indicator that we speak about, including the economic viability of women, 51% of our population, without addressing gender-based violence and all forms of violence against women, we're just playing. We would not do well, and we would not improve the lot and the development of the Gambia. We, and when I say we, I mean everybody, man, woman, boy, and girl, needs to be to open up our minds to education, to information, and to consequently take a decision.
GBV was said to be high during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, especially in rural communities. The culture of silence is a hindrance to efforts to end the practice. The opening of this center is a significant step in efforts to help survivors and victims and end this form of human rights violation. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News. Before we end, here's a recap of our main headlines. Party leaders of the NPP-led coalition have expressed optimism of a victory on December 4th due to the high turnout and comments from voters. As part of the program for accelerated community development, President Barrow has donated tractors to various communities across the country, with the North Bank region being the first to benefit. 5 suspects are in police custody for money counterfeiting after being arrested with fake currencies. The Al Karama Society, a youth empowerment organization, on Thursday organized a peace and unity forum to discuss maintaining peace and harmony before, during, and after election. Well, that's it from me in tonight's edition of the news. Thank you for watching and have a nice evening.